All right, so let's dive into something that I think can be really confusing for new homeowners, especially in BC. It's the 2510 home warranty insurance.
Oh, yeah.
And you get this giant document.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, it's full of legal jargon.
Right.
Who really has time to decode it all, especially when you're like, picking out paint colors and...
Exactly.
I know so much is happening when you move into a new place.
Yeah, it's definitely not light reading, but it's also not something you want to just toss in a drawer and forget about.
Right.
Because, I mean, this warranty is like a safety net for what's probably, your biggest investment. So we're going to break it down.
Okay.
So you actually feel confident knowing, one, what's covered, two, how to actually use it if you need to, and maybe even some, kind of insider tips to make sure you're getting the most out of it.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So first things first, what is with this 2510 thing?
Yeah.
Is it some sort of like secret code?
It's not a secret code, but it is kind of like fences of protection. Right. So think of it like that. So those first 2 years, those are all about catching like the, oops, we missed that kind of stuff. So minor defects, workmanship issues, things you'd hope would have been caught before you moved in. But hey, it happens. Right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. 2 years for the little things. Got it.
Exactly.
So then what about the 5?
So the 5, that's where it gets kind of BC specific.
Okay.
5 years is all about the building envelope. So your roof, walls, windows, that whole outer shell.
Okay.
And it's protection against water damage, which, let's face it, in this climate, it's a real concern.
Right. Yeah, leaky condo in Vancouver is not what I'm looking for.
No, not ideal.
Not ideal at all.
Not at all.
So 5 years for water worries.
Mm-hmm.
What about the big 10?
That's the heavy hitter.
Yeah.
10 years of coverage for major structural defects. So foundation problems, framing issues, anything that could really compromise, like the stability of your home.
Yeah.
It's peace of mind knowing that if the nightmare scenario happens, we have covered.
You've got a backup plan.
Okay, so it's like levels of protection that rolls out over time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's actually not like your typical insurance policy.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually attached to the house.
Interesting.
Not the owner.
Okay.
This is huge, especially if you ever think about selling, because it's like a built-in value boost when you're ready to sell, right?
Oh, wow.
Because for the buyer, they're like, oh, okay, well, this is great. I have, it's prepaid peace of mind, essentially.
Right.
And it shows that you're serious about, the quality of your home.
So even if I, sold in year 3, the new owner gets the remaining 7 years.
That's right.
Wow, I did not realize that.
It's a win-win for both sides.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, you would think, with something like this, that the government's behind it.
Yeah, you would think that, right?
Right.
It's actually private insurers.
Oh, okay.
But they are regulated by BC Housing.
So there's some oversight there, but some of the names you'll see on your documents might be like Travelers Canada, National Home Warranty.
Yep.
There are a few key players, but it is important to know, who your insurer is.
Gotcha. So you've got this warranty, you discover a problem. What's the first thing you do?
Before you even think about contacting anyone, remember this.
Okay.
Documentation is your best friend.
Okay.
Take photos, write detailed descriptions, note the date you noticed the problem, anything and everything that seems relevant.
Gotcha.
Because the more evidence you have, the stronger your case is going to be if things, get a little bit tricky down the road.
Okay, so build that paper trail.
Exactly.
Then who do you actually contact? Is it the builder? Is it the warranty provider?
Okay, so here's the strategy.
Okay.
You contact both.
Yep.
You send a written notice to your builder outlining the problem, and then a formal claim to your warranty provider.
Wait, so why both? Wouldn't that just be creating extra work?
It's kind of like a good cop, bad cop approach. Both in for minor issues, the builder will be willing to just fix things directly, right? It's faster, it's less hassle for them, and it keeps everyone happy. But by also notifying your warranty provider, you're creating that paper trail, right?
Right.
So it's kind of like a safety net in case things, get complicated or the builder starts dragging their feet.
Okay, so I'm seeing a theme here.
Mm-hmm.
Document everything, notify everyone.
Exactly.
Especially when it comes to, my home.
Yes, when it comes to your home, absolutely.
It's a big deal.
Big deal. And speaking of big deals, we need to talk about timing because you need to know your warranty's start date.
Okay.
Because it might not actually be the day you move in.
Really?
Especially with condos.
Oh, okay.
So for single-family homes, it's either the date you first occupy the house or the date you get the occupancy permit.
Okay.
whichever comes first. But for condos, it gets a little tricky.
Okay.
It could be the date of first occupancy for the entire development or the first transfer of legal ownership. Again, whichever comes first.
Wow. Okay, so you really need to...
You got to check. You got to check that paperwork.
Yeah, because you could miss out on months of coverage.
You could, yeah.
And not even realize it.
Exactly. So make a note of that start date. And don't just assume.
Okay.
This is one of those details that can really come back to bite you.
Noted, yeah.
If you're not careful.
So let's say I've dotted my I's, crossed my T's, found a problem, documented it, notified everyone. What happens next?
So the warranty provider will acknowledge your claim.
Okay.
And they'll send out an assessor to actually, inspect the issue.
Okay.
And they determine if it's actually covered under the warranty and how they want to proceed.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
But let's talk about maybe the not-so-fun scenario.
Okay.
What if they deny my claim?
Okay. So first of all, don't panic.
Okay.
It's not the end of the road.
Okay.
There are a few avenues you can explore.
Okay, I'm all ears. Tell me everything. What are my options?
You can try working things out directly with the warranty provider first.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them have a dedicated team or even an ombudsperson.
Right.
Specifically for handling, customer disputes.
Okay.
So, maybe they missed something in the initial assessment or, maybe there's room for negotiation.
Okay, so there's hope even after that initial no.
There is.
But what if talking it out doesn't work?
Okay, well, if that doesn't work,
Where do you go from there?
BC has this fantastic resource called the Homeowner Protection Office, or HPO, which is part of BC Housing.
Got it.
And they provide free guidance and support to homeowners who are, dealing with warranty issues, including, disputes with providers.
That's amazing.
So think of them as your advocate, helping you understand your rights, walking you through the process, and, even stepping in to fight on your behalf if needed.
So even if the warranty provider isn't budging, I've got backup.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's another level of support, too. So there's the General Insurance Ombud Service.
Oh, yeah, GLs.
Yes, yeah.
They're the mediators.
Exactly.
Between homeowners and insurance companies, right?
That's right. And they offer a neutral perspective and can help facilitate, a fair resolution.
And this is all for free.
And it's free, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You have options.
So even if the warranty provider is being stubborn, I still have options, okay?
Yeah, I do.
But let's be real. Sometimes things get messy.
Yeah.
What if it goes beyond just, a disagreement?
Well, you always have the right to seek legal advice.
Okay.
So if you feel like your rights are being violated or the situation's just, too complex, talking to a lawyer who specializes in construction law is a smart move.
Okay. Good to know. I have that nuclear option if needed.
Exactly.
But honestly, I'd rather avoid all this drama.
Of course.
In the first place.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can do proactively to, prevent problems?
Absolutely.
Or to protect my coverage?
One of the biggest things is understanding your maintenance responsibilities. Your warranty documents will outline this, pretty clearly.
Okay.
So don't just, skim them.
Right.
Pay attention.
So regular cleaning of gutters, servicing the HVAC system, that sort of thing.
Exactly, yeah. Even things that, might seem minor, like ensuring proper ventilation, can actually go a long way in preventing, issues that might not be covered under the warranty.
Okay.
So think of it like, preventative health care for your home.
I like that.
A little effort up front can save you big headaches and expenses down the line.
So it's not just about what the builder did wrong.
Yeah.
It's also about me being a responsible homeowner.
Absolutely. And if you're unsure about something, don't hesitate to reach out to your builder or a qualified contractor for guidance.
Okay, bro.
It's always better to be safe than sorry.
Okay, so we've covered what this warranty covers, how to make a claim, what to do if things go sideways. What else should homeowners know to really make the most of this protection?
Yeah, are there any other hidden gems in the fine print?
Yes. Tell me everything.
That we should be aware of. Okay, so a couple of nuances that can trip people up.
Okay.
First, those coverage limits you see, those are based on the original purchase price of the home.
So if the cost of repairs ends up exceeding that limit, I'm on the hook for the difference.
That's correct.
Okay.
So it's essential to be aware of that and factor that into, your overall financial planning.
Noted.
The second thing is, while this warranty protects you from major defects, it doesn't cover every single thing.
Yeah, of course.
That could possibly go wrong, right? So we talked about exclusions like normal wear and tear.
Right, so don't expect them to come fix my, like, squeaky door hinge.
Exactly, yeah. Repaint your, peeling trim.
Okay.
It's all about understanding, like, the scope of the warranty and focusing on, the big picture stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The things that affect the safety and habitability of your home.
Okay, perfect. Speaking of big picture stuff, let's talk about pre-sale condos.
Okay.
Because that's a whole other world.
It is.
What are the key things that people buying pre-sale condos need to know?
That deficiency walkthrough before you take possession.
Yes.
That's absolutely crucial.
Okay.
It's your chance to catch any construction defects before you move in.
Mm-hmm.
Don't rush it.
Okay.
Bring a checklist, take pictures, document everything.
You're saying even a tiny, like, scratch on the floor?
Even a tiny scratch, yeah.
Could turn into a bigger issue later on?
It's all about having that evidence, right?
Right.
Because trust me, this documentation can be gold if you need to make a warranty claim later on.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so document.
Right, document.
For sure.
Anything else pre-sale buyers should be thinking about?
Don't underestimate the power of connecting with your neighbors.
Oh, okay.
Because they might have already gone through similar experiences and could offer, valuable insights. Or even, like, evidence to support your claim if needed.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, there's strength in numbers, especially when you're dealing with a large developer.
Okay, so document everything during the walkthrough, connect with neighbors. Is there anything else about the warranty process itself that often causes confusion?
One thing that often trips people up is understanding everyone's roles and responsibilities.
Okay.
We talked about the homeowner's duty to maintain the property.
Right.
But what about the builder and the warranty provider?
Yeah, let's break down, like, who does what.
Okay, so the builder is ultimately responsible for constructing the home.
Okay.
According to, building codes and industry standards.
Makes sense.
And they're also the ones who need to address any defects covered under the warranty. Either by, doing the repairs themselves or hiring a qualified contractor.
Okay, so they're like the first line of defense.
Exactly.
When problems pop up.
Yeah, and then the warranty provider.
Okay, what about them?
Think of them as the backup.
Gotcha.
So they're there to ensure homeowners are protected if the builder can't or won't, fulfill their obligations.
So it's like a system of checks and balances.
Exactly, to protect everyone involved.
Okay, and I think we mentioned this earlier, but just to reiterate, the 2-5-10 warranty follows the house, not the owner.
That's right.
So that means if I sell my home, the remaining coverage transfers to the new owner.
Exactly.
Oh, so if I sell my house in years 3, the new buyer gets the remaining 7 years.
That's exactly right.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a major selling point for sellers because it, increases the value of the home.
Yeah.
And for buyers, it's, huge peace of mind knowing they're protected.
Right.
It also incentivizes builders to construct homes that are built to last.
Right.
Knowing they'll be on the hook for defects even after the original owner has moved on.
Wow. Okay.
So it really is a win-win for everyone involved.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, before we move on to wrapping up this deep dive, do you have any, like, final pro tips?
Oh, for sure.
That can help homeowners navigate the warranty waters more smoothly?
Absolutely, yeah. Always keep a copy of your warranty documents somewhere safe and easily accessible.
Right.
You never know when you're going to need them.
Right.
Make a habit of documenting any issues that arise in your home, even if you're not sure if they're covered.
Right.
Take pictures, write descriptions, note the date. This documentation will be invaluable later if you need to make a claim.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions.
Right.
If you're unsure about something, reach out to your builder, the warranty provider, or even the HPO for guidance, right?
Yeah.
And finally, remember, the 2-5-10 warranty is fantastic protection, but it's not a substitute for, regular home maintenance.
Right. You still need to take care of your investment.
Exactly, yeah.
Be proactive.
With that in mind, let's kind of wrap up our deep dive into the ins and outs of BC's 2-5-10 home warranty insurance with some final thoughts and key takeaways.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. I feel like my head's spinning a little bit. This 2-5-10 warranty, it's a lot.
Yeah, it is a complex beast, but, knowledge is power.
Right.
So once you understand how it all works, it really can be, a fantastic tool for protecting your investment and giving you that extra peace of mind as a homeowner.
So let's do a quick recap.
Okay.
What are the absolute must-know things for anyone dealing with this warranty in BC?
So first and foremost, remember those magic numbers, right? 2, 5, and 10.
Okay.
2 years for defects in labor and materials.
Gotcha.
5 years for the building envelope, and 10 years for major structural issues. Knowing what falls under each category is, really crucial.
Right. And don't forget about that sneaky start date.
Yes.
It's not always when you move in.
Yeah.
So double check your paperwork.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else should people be keeping in mind?
Documentation is your best friend.
Okay.
From the moment you get those keys, start building your home's case file.
Yeah.
Right? Pictures, detailed descriptions, dates.
Right.
The more evidence you have, the better prepared you'll be if a problem arises.
And it's not just about documenting the problem itself. It's also about documenting your communication.
Exactly, yes.
Like if you discover an issue, notify both your builder and your warranty provider in writing.
Yes.
That creates that crucial paper trail.
It does.
And protects you if things get messy.
Exactly. It's like that old saying, if it's not documented, it didn't happen.
Right. Right.
This is especially true when dealing with warranties and, potential disputes.
Okay, so we've got our timelines, our documentation. What happens if, despite our best efforts, the warranty provider denies our claim? Are we just out of luck?
No, not at all. Remember those resources we talked about? The HPO, GOS, even, legal professionals who specialize in construction law. There are people and organizations in BC dedicated to helping homeowners navigate these challenges,
Right.
You're not alone in this.
So even if it feels like you're hitting a brick wall, don't give up.
Yeah, don't give up.
There are options and avenues to explore.
Absolutely.
But honestly, wouldn't it be great to just avoid all this drama altogether?
Oh, 100%, yeah. The best defense is a good offense, right?
Right.
Preventative maintenance is key.
Okay.
Stay on top of those recommended maintenance schedules for your appliances and systems. Address minor issues promptly before they snowball into, major problems.
Yeah.
Think of it as being, proactive about protecting your investment.
It's like taking your house for regular checkups.
Exactly.
Just like you would with your own health.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so before we sign off, I have one final thought-provoking question for our listeners. Imagine you're giving advice to a friend buying their first home in BC. What's the one thing you'd tell them about this 2-5-10 warranty to make sure they're protected?
I'd tell them this. Don't be intimidated by the paperwork.
Okay.
Take the time to understand your warranty, read the documents carefully, ask questions, and don't be afraid to advocate for yourself if you encounter any problems. Remember, this warranty is a powerful tool designed to protect you.
Right.
But only if you know how to use it effectively.
That's such great advice. BC's 2-5-10 warranty can feel overwhelming at first, but armed with the right knowledge and a little bit of preparation, it can be a real game changer.
Yeah, for sure.
For homeowners.
We hope this deep dive has given you the confidence to navigate the homeownership journey with peace of mind, knowing you've got this safety net in place.
And remember, you can find links to all the resources we mentioned, including BC Housing, specific warranty providers, and homeowner advocacy groups in our show notes. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll catch you next time for another fascinating exploration.